What's up, YouTube? It is Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. Hope you all are enjoying the new year. Hope everything's going well for you. Great to be able to make content. I'm filming this a little earlier than when you're seeing it here on Monday, so the weather is still warm out here, but moving into the time frame of when you guys are seeing this video, it's supposed to be in the 40s and cooler and back to reality here in North Carolina. But for now, man, I'm out here in shorts, V-neck and shorts, and just loving the 70-degree weather. It's just I thank God for it. I'm one of those that love it and praise it. So thank you so much for clicking on the video. If this is the first Mr. Ferguson video you've ever watched, thank you so much for watching. I'm just a DIYer. I'm not a professional. I don't work in lawn care, never worked in lawn care. Just a guy that bought a lawn care plan, followed it, followed Mr. Pete over at GCI Turf. He lives in North Carolina just like me. And so we've been very successful here in the lawn, and we're learning as we go. It's a continued vlog here on my channel of showing you, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what's worked, this is what's not worked, and I show it all to you, the good, bad, and the ugly. So thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I know that about 70% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. It's free to you. Just click the button below, help support the channel. And anyways, click the bell if you want to know when content is released. So today, obviously, we have talked about it in past videos, and on Friday, we are in the off season. Though it's 70 degrees when I'm filming this, technically it should be in the 40s or maybe the low 50s here in North Carolina. It's the off season for cool season lawns. We got overnights in the 20s. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is things that we've talked about in the past, but we got a lot of new subscribers over the past year. So I want to bring this topic up yet again, and that's talking about fall pre-emergent. Mr. Ferguson, I know you talked about in your last video about Poa annua, and there's no chemical to kill Poa annua. And though that may be true, can't we just put down Prediamine or another type of pre-emergent product in the fall and prevent it? That just makes sense. And the answer to you for a cool season lawn is yes, you absolutely can. So as I was thinking about this in my kitchen, I wanted to bring this to your attention about how North Carolina, and maybe you're in South Carolina, Tennessee, maybe Southern Virginia, our area is unique in the fact that when we talk about fall pre-emergent, particularly for me, what I've used and has always worked is Prediamine. Prediamine, I mix it up granularly in my spray, the granules in my sprayer, liquid spray it, and we do that in about mid to late February. You do a split app, you do half of it, and then about a couple weeks later in March, you want to do your second app, and this is to prohibit the crabgrass throughout the spring and into the late summer. And it's worked very successfully here in my lawn for 2 years. I'm a witness, and will promote Prediamine all the way. The problem is when we want to do this in the fall is that when we have a fescue type lawn, we have to plant every year. Now, let's go to that question right there. Do we have to plant every year? Well, that determines on what kind of season you had. Did you make it? Did your lawn make it through the summer? Did your lawn thin out? And that's where I think we're unique here in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Southern Virginia. We're unique in the fact that we have so much heat that hits us here in this part of the country that most of our lawns is going to melt away. It's going to fade away. It's going to die off. And so we are almost forced into the category of having to plant each and every season and replant our fescue lawn. Now, let's say you're a little further north up in the DC area northwards, and my folks that are up there in Jersey and all that, you may make it fine all the way through your summer and your lawn sustain itself. However, maybe you don't have a lot of die off and you're like, you know what, I don't need to overseed. Well, you guys have the privilege and the opportunity to say, I'm not going to overseed. I'm going to apply Prediamine in the fall, in September, October, and that way I catch the Poa before it grows, and our Prediamine obviously lays that invisible barrier on our soil and stops any growth from coming up. If you're not planting seed, then anything that would want to try to pop up like Poa annua, it would stop it. So, and that's taking it that you guys know what Poa annua is. It's annual bluegrass. Poa, the devil grass is what I call it. That's what I refer to. It comes up, it has seed heads, it drops it, and it spreads. Before you know it, one section grows and grows and grows, and it's just a problem. There's no chemical that can take out a cool season weed in a cool season lawn effectively for a reasonable price. And so that's the problem. And so we're stuck cutting, you know, when we're mowing, and in early spring we're mowing and we got these Poa seed heads that I'll show on screen here, and it's just aggravating, it's annoying, and it spreads, and it comes in the cool season. It goes away around May here in North Carolina, and so to stop it, the only way to do it is pre-emergent. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Mr. Ferguson, can I use prediamine instead of overseeding? Absolutely. But remember, if you throw down new grass seed and then turn around and put down prediamine a couple days later, you're going to block all the seed you put down from being able to grow. And if you wait too long, you want to obviously give your seed, remember all the repair areas we did in the back, we got to give that seed chance to come up. If we jump too soon and put down prediamine, then we stop our good grass seed from ever being able to be useful, wasting money in the process. So you see the dilemma there, where I tried last year, I think with Mr. Kevin and here on the channel, I think in December I tried to, or maybe it was early January, tried to put down prediamine, and I still didn't catch it, and still had just about the same amount of Poa annua as I did the year before. So trying to do both is just very, very difficult in the timing. So I just wanted to bring that to all of you that are new to lawn care. That is the difficulty. That is the thing about us, our region, with the cool season lawn. That's the trouble. That's the decisions we have to make in the fall. So maybe you're able to make it through the summer and you've got enough grass to say, hey, I don't need to overseed. I'm looking thick. I'm looking nice. I would 100% say in September, October, let's lay down a layer of prediamine and let's stop Poa from ever coming up. And then we'll do our other prediamine app late into the spring to stop the crabgrass. That would be ideal. But so far, it has been very difficult. And you guys have seen it here on the channel, doing potassium apps and everything we can to keep a thick lawn through the summer. That is the challenge. Deep roots to survive through a Carolina summer is no easy task, but we're going to continue to try to do it. And if we make it a year where we're successful, then we'll try to do prediamine in the fall. Maybe soon we'll be able to do that. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I hope that gets you thinking of, if you've been thinking, hey, am I able to do this? And as you see it pop up and you're just like, man, what am I going to do about this? As I mentioned in the last video, go check it out. One of the things I watch from the pros, meaning Pete from GCI Turf, is he gets on his hands and knees, takes a knife, cuts out that Poa plant, sticks it in a plastic bag, seals it, drops some grass seed and moves on, waters it, and pays it no mind, and hopefully that grass will come up in place of the Poa. And he manually pulls weeds out of his lawn. I'm not a stickler for that, but me and my wife did go up here and try to pull the ones out on the edge of the concrete, because it's just like, you know what it is, it's going to put seed heads up, it's going to spread, and that is just so frustrating. But I know we've talked about this topic many times on the channel, but again, we've got new folks coming in, and I just want to make you aware. Look up Poa annua. If you see it in your lawn, also look up the difference between Kentucky bluegrass going to seed and also Poa annua going to seed. The Kentucky bluegrass is a little bit thicker, it's a little bit taller, and it's got more seeds, I believe, on it, where the Poa annua is more, it's got like what I call branches coming off of it. It's like 2 or 3 branches with less seed, and it's a little thinner than the bluegrass. But just wanted to bring that aware to you while we're in the season of now. I'm finding it in my lawn. I mentioned it on the last video. We're in the season of Poa annua. I hate it. Though we won't be mowing, it's going to begin to pop up. And you want to also try to bag your clippings at this point. We're still going to have Poa pop up. We want to bag it to the best of our ability. Don't side discharge, don't mulch unless you absolutely have to for some reason. Try to bag it. Dump it in the woods, dump it far away from your property so the wind don't blow those spores, those seeds into your soil. As we mentioned last video, they can sit and lie dormant for 2-3 years, and then one year you think you've settled your Poa problem, and here it pops right back up in your yard. That's why it's such a nuisance of a weed. So hopefully, you know, that's one of the things we deal with in a cool season lawn. The question of, do I overseed or do I pre-emergent to stop Poa annua over the winter into the early spring? That's one of the main questions. I'm trying to get to the point where I establish such a thick lawn, I can move to the prediamine phase of my lawn, but I'm not there yet. So let me know where you're at in the comments section below. Are you dealing or seeing a lot of Poa where you're at? Have you had a lot of Poa annua pop up in your yard in the past? Did you overseed this year, or is there anybody out there that did do pre-emergent and just left the grass they have, did a pre-emergent going into this year? Let me know in the comments below. I'm anxious to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much. I know this is one of the more boring videos when Mr. Ferguson just talks and we don't explore out in the yard, but it's a topic that's very important and it brings education to all of us. And this is the experience I've had so far in going into year 3 of a nice GCI Turf primo lawn. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great remaining week ahead of you. God bless you. We'll see you on the next midweek quickie on Wednesday and on the next lawn care video Friday. God bless you. We'll see you then.